Hey friends, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Amanda and I'm a twin mom with 3 kids under the age of 4. In this week's video, I'm going to show you realistic meals and snacks that I make for my family during the summer. As someone who is into whole foods and fitness, you'll find that my meals are very simple, macro-friendly, and still delicious. If you've ever watched any of my videos before, you'll already know what I'm making here, and it is my egg bake. I love to batch prep my eggs like this because it makes getting breakfast together for my husband and my 3 little ones so quick and easy. For my family, I mix about 15 to 18 whole eggs in a baking dish and then add spinach and sausage and some salt and pepper. I also make an egg white bake for myself with 3 cups of egg whites, spinach, and salt and pepper. I'm currently in a maintenance phase in this video, but I love to get my protein in a large bulk here. When they're both mixed up and ready to go, I'll put them in the oven at 350 degrees and bake them for about 30 minutes or until both are set in the middle. To go with our egg bake, I'm swapping out my instant oats that I usually make in the microwave with some baked oatmeal. And this is a carrot cake inspired recipe. I wasn't following any particular recipe here, rather just using some inspiration from what other people have done and adapted to what I know me and my family would like. So I started by washing, peeling, and shredding 3 carrots. Then I measured 3 cups of oats. Added 3 eggs. About a cup of plain Greek yogurt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of coriander, a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I gave that all a good mix, and then I added about 1.5 to 2 cups of milk until it reached a good consistency. And finally, I added about a 1/2 cup of raisins and mixed that all up. After adding it to my baking dish, I then sprinkled it with a little bit more raisins and flattened it, mixed it up, and we were ready to put that in the oven. I put it in at 350 degrees and cooked this for about 35 minutes or until it was cooked through. When we were ready to eat this breakfast, I would top the oatmeal with some Greek yogurt, sweetened with some honey to really make it feel more like a carrot cake. Not only did we prep breakfast, but I also prepped some snacks for the week. We had 3 different snacks available, and I started off by prepping fruit for the week that we could have anytime for like a fruit salad. I don't know why it has taken me so long to pre-cut my strawberries at the beginning of the week. I used to think my berries would go bad more quickly if I did this, but the reality is that when I pre-cut them, my family actually eats them so quickly that there isn't time for them to go bad. But when I don't cut them, I find myself gravitating towards other fruit that's easier to eat simply because I don't have to do the prep every time I pull them out. So this is something I actually started this summer and have really enjoyed. The other fruit that I prepped this week was dragon fruit. And honestly, my curiosity just got the best of me while I was grocery shopping. I saw it there and I was like, I kind of want to try that. So I got the pink dragon fruit, which you can see here, and also a yellow dragon fruit. After cutting it and prepping it, which I'm not sure if I'm doing properly, but this is what I did. It was okay, honestly, for being $5.99 per fruit. I was not that impressed. I thought it tasted kind of like a pear with the texture of a kiwi. So, I mean, it was good. If I was served it, I would eat it. But I do not feel the need to buy them again. And next time I'll probably just go for kiwi if I'm feeling adventurous with my fruits. The next snack I prepped was for my pre-workout snack, or something I could eat as a little sweet treat throughout the week. I started by pitting some dates and then filling them with peanut butter. I used my homemade peanut butter here, but you absolutely could use store-bought. After filling them with peanut butter, I put them in the freezer for like 5 minutes because we are going to dip them in chocolate. I dipped these bad boys in some melted dark chocolate with a little bit of coconut oil to create a little shell. And honestly, these were so good. I usually work out very early in the morning, so I'm never ready for a full meal. But I don't want to work out on an empty stomach. So 2 of these stuffed dates really did the trick. The other great summer snack I made was my spin on this cream cheese peanut butter fruit dip I used to have growing up. But instead of cream cheese, I just used Greek yogurt. You can use vanilla or plain, or I guess whatever flavor you might want. And then added about 1 to 2 tablespoons of this peanut butter powder. You could use regular peanut butter if you'd like as well, and it would do the same thing. I just mixed these 2 things up until it was well combined, and ate it up with some apple slices. This has been on repeat at my house and as a very satiating afternoon snack. The twins also loved having their own serving of this, and I paired theirs with just some homemade Cheez-It crackers that I made over the weekend. Finally, we have some lovely summer dinners coming your way. It was a beautiful week this week, so I did a lot of grilling. Tonight we are going to make corn on the cob with steaks and broccoli. My kids were great helpers with the corn, and after getting those in the pot to boil, I began grilling the steaks. So low-key, the grill used to really intimidate me, but I forced myself to get over it because my husband usually doesn't get home until dinner time. This meant that if I wanted grilled meat during the week, that I was going to have to be the one to make it. So that's what I did. Maybe you're a new mom or a new wife who is a little afraid of burning the house down while grilling. Well, take this as your sign to go for it. Not burning the house down, of course, but learning to grill. You'll find out how much more you'll be able to provide your family when you learn this new skill. For this next dinner, I am using a crockpot meal because I was not going to be home during dinner time. I have seen this recipe show up on my feed and I thought I would give it a shot. It is 1 to 2 bags of petite yellow potatoes, about 3 chicken breasts cut and cubed, and then this Parmesan garlic buffalo wild wing sauce. To add a little bit more liquid and get more sauce, I rinsed the container with some chicken stock and then just cooked this on low for 6 to 8 hours. It was all right. I don't have any footage of when it was finished, but I think next time I wouldn't add the chicken stock and I would just use the buffalo wild wing sauce. continuing our grilling theme this week, I made another meal where I marinated and grilled some chicken breast and paired this with a very simple corn and black bean salad. I also paired it with some avocados on the side and just some of those leftover potatoes from the crockpot meal before. We also used this leftovers as our meal that we took to the lake for a little picnic because it was great, hot and cold. So super easy, no waste here. We just eat those leftovers for lunch. Thanks for watching. I hope this gave you some inspiration on some quick summery meals to feed your family.